right? And this is a very good habit, that before speaking good English language, first you have to be a good listener, right? If I speak, you listen, you understand, right? And you start observing how I'm speaking, how I'm delivering my sentences, right? So there are 4 things which you need in is speaking good English. Number 1, you should have a great listening power. Number 2, you should have a writing skills. The more you write, the more your mind will capture. It will go in your subconscious brain, subconscious mind, and you'll be able to make sentences. Number 3, speaking. And number 4, reading. Reading, that enhances your ability of speech. The more you read, your tongue will be twisted in order to make sentences and form sentences, pronounce the words correctly, right?
IELTS.
Yes, if you prepare for IELTS, so you're gonna find all these 4. So in order to listen, you have to first maintain peace within yourself. Your brain should not go here and there. Let's suppose I'm talking here and you're still here, you're feeling your brain and heart and everything, body is here, then you're gonna understand me. If I'm saying something and your brain is in your office, you'll not understand me, even though I speak in Indian accent or US accent or any other accents, right? So along with your body, your mind should be present. Along with your body, your mind should be present to understand somebody else, right? Yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Questions can be anything.
Any personal,
Personal, professionals, experience, job, this one, that one, world, news, this one.
I have a question.
Yes.
That how to forget a girl? How to forget your
past.
Yes. Okay. See, this happens with everyone. Don't laugh. It happens with everyone. If it does not happen, it may happen in future, right? The girl whom you love will say, no, I'm going to get married with somebody else. You are left alone, right? Let's suppose you are in love with a girl and you are going to get married. You have to tell a girl. So the both party here, we have to understand the problem of each one, girls and the boys, right? In order to forget your past experiences, you have to engage for the future. They don't understand.
Yes.
In order to forget your past, you have to engage yourself for the future. Once you make yourself busy for the future, you will not have a time to think about the past. This is the experience. Okay? There is no any other options to forget your past until unless you think about your future. In other words, find a new girl, engage yourself. No, don't laugh. This is serious. And that's how you're gonna forget. That's how you're gonna forget. You're talking to the 10 years of most experienced person. You're talking to me. I'm just telling you the suggestions. It's not advice. Suggestion is find a new girl, engage yourself with that girl, and you'll gradually forget about your past. And that's how it's gonna happen. Otherwise, there's no any medicines, no any therapy, no any doctor can treat you to forget your past. Past will always chase you. Wherever you go, it will come. So, past does not change the future, but the present can change your future. Right? Past does not change your future. Present can change your future. So in the present, if you leave and engage yourself for the future preparation, you'll forget your past. Obviously, within 1 month, it takes times. Don't say that it's like a overnight solution. No, it's not overnight solution. It will take time, maybe 1 month, 2 months. Depends on how much you are interested for the next girl. Right?
Yes.
So the more interest you take, the lesser your pain would be. Okay, any other problem?
Yeah, I have a problem that in Islam doesn't allow the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm doing VFX.
Yeah.
I'm pursuing VFX, and when I joined that, at that time I had no idea about the Islam,
Mm-hmm.
that Islam doesn't allow movie.
Yes.
So I want to left it. So it would. I want to leave it.
Mhm.
So it would be better for me or not.
Of course. See, if it depends how much devotion you have towards your God and your religion. Devotion का मतलब होता है a love, you can say. How much love or affection you have towards your God or your religion, right? In religion, people can sacrifice their lives. So living a professional job is a very small sacrifice next to your God, right? I will not suggest you to leave or to continue with this, but according to the situation, according to the Sunnah, and Sunnah means a teaching of all prophets. Okay, according to the teachings of Islam, that if you make any statue with the anything, any paint, let's suppose you draw any pictures of women by your own hand, Islam does not allow this, because you are not the creator. Creator is the someone who is sitting in the heaven, right? If you are creating something, you have no right to give a life to that creation. Understood what I'm saying?
Yes.
People say this, the trees, we worship trees, we worship snakes, we worship sun, we worship days and night and everything, right? We say they are God. But Islam says, no, they are not God, they are of God. Understood the meaning? You say, I worship snakes because it can protect me from not biting me. I worship sun because it gives me rays, it gives me life, right? They are God. I worship moon, they are my God, right? But Islam says, no, they are not God, they are of God. नहीं समझे?
You can ask about what. Why do you sit silent, guys? Whatever the questions you have to ask.
In हिंदी हम कहते हैं, या ना, सांप हमारे देवता हैं, सूरज हमारे देवता हैं, लेकिन इस्लाम कहता है, नो, ये देवता नहीं है, ये देवता के हैं, ये देवता के हैं. So the God who is sitting in the heaven, who created, if you go through the religious books, you're going to understand, the God has created the sun and the moon in 6 days. The God is the one who created the whole universe. He does not get himself tired creating all this. He asks the questions to the humankind. Do you have any abilities to create even a monkey? No, you don't have a power. If you don't create the power, think that someone has created. Okay? So never raise any finger against the creation of the God. Because most of the people who, once they learn bookish knowledge, they start to think that I'm a supreme. No, you're not supreme. You are controlled by somebody else. We are controlled by somebody else. Our happiness, our sorrow, our life, our soul leaves our body. Because we are not in charge of this. Somebody is there who sustains this, who maintains the whole universe, right? So sacrificing a job, it can harm your future, but if you are very true to God, then living is a better option, because you will be asked on the day of the judgment that whatever you have created, can you give life to this? You will be asked the questions.
One question, like जब हम किसी भी रिलेशन में रहते हैं, ठीक है,
हाँ, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
the any relation and मतलब हम उस रिलेशन में रहते हैं, then वो सामने वाला बंदा हमें कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करता है कि हम उसके अकॉर्डिंग चले सारी चीज़ें, तो उस टाइम पे हमें क्या करना चाहिए?
Okay. Yeah, good question. First of all, in our life, very nice question, and it applies to everyone, okay?
Yes.
You're not the exception one. You could be also have these kind of problems, right? So, if any kind of situation happens, that if a person who is so much touchy means, all the time he calls you, where are you, what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're wearing, did you do this work which I told you?
यहाँ मत जाओ, वहाँ मत जाओ, ये
हाँ.
मत करो, वो मत करो.
Yes. First of all, he is not in the control of yours or your life, or she is not in the control of your life, right? You have your own life to live. You have your own wishes to accomplish. You have your own desires. का मतलब? Yes. You're not puppet that somebody has a rope and he makes you dance like this, right? You are in the charge of your own life. It can happen once you are in marriage life, in married life, right? If you are unmarried, if you are in relationships and somebody is forcing you to do this and do that, so it's completely wrong perception. But if you are married and your husband says this, do this, you have to obey him. You have to obey him, right? I'm talking about the married life. It can happen. It can happen because he has a right to object any kind of problems or find the solutions to you. But if you are in the love, a kind of affections or attractions,
And he is not जब मैरिड लाइफ रहते हैं तो फिर वो हमें कभी छोड़कर भी नहीं आता.
yeah, of course. So there's no guarantee of your love that how long it will live, it will survive, right? Let's suppose your love affairs will last for the 2 years. So why I should be in the control of somebody else for the next 2 years? It is a torture of your brain. It's a mental torture, right? So you have your own life to live. Better you have to keep yourself away. See, don't follow my instructions, but this is my personal experience that no, even though you are in my relationship, I will not force you. If you are a gentleman, if you are a good man, or if you are a good girl, you'll not force somebody else to do this and do that, right? If you have a trust, because relation runs on the basis of trust and caring and love and affections. If you don't have a love, if you don't have affections, if you don't have a caring nature, so your love will not last forever. It will be broken into pieces, right? It will be broken into pieces. So keep yourself away if you find these kind of situations, or try to convince him that I'm not your puppet, right? You cannot control me. It's my own life, what to wear, what to eat, where to go, with whom to go. If I do any mistakes, if I commit any mistakes that makes you angry, then you have right to speak. But if I'm not going on the wrong path on which that makes you angry or dissatisfied you, right? Then you may have right to speak. If I disobey you on the right track, but all the time he's forcing you to do this, do that, this is a bad activities. And this shows example of the bad people. I don't know what that person is all about, but this is my own personal, and this is a common sense, we can say, right? That you cannot force anyone. It does not allow, according to the religion, according to the society, according to the Indian constitution law.
That's a fundamental right.
That's a fundamental right. You have a choice to wear anything.
Yeah.
You have an option to live with anyone. You have an option to speak anything, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, भाई. Anything?
तो उस कंडीशन में छोड़ देना चाहिए उस इंसान.
See, it depends how much affection you have towards that guy. If you are leaving him and you are feeling